What's up guys, and welcome back to the Rails of Mass. On the evening of Tuesday, June 9th, 2026, we once again find ourselves back here in downtown Framingham, but this time checking out the aftermath of an earlier train derailment. Earlier this afternoon, CSX Local LO10, a train we've seen many times here on this channel, derailed while departing Framingham, causing a bunch of chaos to the area. Upon arriving in Framingham, one of the first trains we see today is Amtrak 448, the Lakeshore Limited. This is a daily train between Boston and Chicago. Thankfully, this derailment did not have any effect on the Lakeshore Limited, but it did have a lot of effect on CSX and the MBTA commuter rail between Worcester and Boston. Even at this point, after most of the chaos is over, keelless trains are still running an hour to an hour and a half behind schedule. Also, not surprisingly, the aftermath of this derailment has brought on some emergency track repairs for CSX, and crews will be working throughout the night to try to repair the track. In this video, we will also be taking a look at some of those repairs as they're taking place. Now coming to the air, we're right behind that Lakeshore Limited we just saw depart Framingham. The grade crossing here is Concord Street, and this crossing was blocked by the derailment for some time. We're arriving here shortly after the traffic problems here at Concord Street have been resolved, but that's not going to be the same case for the railroad. Now looking back towards Framingham Station, the track branching off to the right is the east leg of the Y, and this is where the derailment took place today. Continuing around the Y, we're now arriving at the CSX Framingham North yard. Now looking over by the yard office in the beginning of the yard, we can see those emergency track repairs are continuing into the evening hours. That worker in the center top of the screen is checking the gauge of the rails. Although the official cause of the derailment has not been released yet by CSX, I think it's safe to assume it was a track-related issue. Now as we enter the north yard, we can tell things are quieting down here for the evening, but it's still far from quiet. I believe that lone refrigerated boxcar on the right here to be one of the cars involved in the derailment earlier. Also in the yard tonight, we have a couple of CSX wide-nose GE locomotives. These bring some nice variety to a mostly EMD area. Also, one thing to note is that light in the back of the yard. There's a crew currently doing some switching here. Even after the chaos of the earlier derailment, the name of the game is still to keep things moving. Without cars being moved, there's no money being made. At least on the CSX side of things. Much of the yard is back to business as usual, but the work will still probably continue into the morning hours. Now looking back towards Framingham Station and the Y, we see how the interesting layout here may have caused some problems earlier. Located directly in the center of the Y is the Framingham Station parking lot. It is only accessible by a crossing that is located on the east leg of the Y, and unfortunately that is where the train derailed earlier today. While I was here, I did see a CSX employee placing jumpers across the tracks to activate and deactivate the crossing to make sure it's functioning properly. I think among other work, it's safe to say there's going to be some rare replacement taking place here tonight. Alright guys, that's going to conclude our evening adventure here in Framingham. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.